In this video, let us perform one of the vital steps of machine learning and data science project, which is data cleaning. We have already seen why data cleaning is one of the vital steps for any machine learning project in the theoretical videos. Now let us do it practically. If you check our datasets, here is our datasets on Excel sheet. We have some of these attributes that are null values. See here, inside the company attributes, we have some of these values null. Now, this null value cannot be used in any machine learning project because they will deviate your analysis and prediction. So algorithm might not be handling these null values properly. So we need to handle it manually by ourselves in the process of data cleaning. Now let us perform some of these steps of data cleaning in this video. So first of all, right here I have given a topic name of cleaning the data. We have already loaded our data in the previous video. Now in this video, let us clean them. So for that, I want to check the shape of the data. So shape will give how many columns and rows are there on our data frame. So here DF means a data frame. So if I run this line of a code, then you will see we have 119,000 plus number of observations and 32 columns on our dataset. So we have huge number of observations, and these 32 are the observations, and this number 32 is our variable or attributes like this hotel and is cancelled and the lead time. If you count them, they are in the numbers of 32. Now let us check in our observations if we have not available data, or simply means if we have null values on our data frame or not. So for that I am going to do it by using isNA function. So isNA means is data not available. So NA stands for not available. In our data frame, if the data are not available, then we will run this code. Then here we can see in the hotels, so if the value false means data are available, and if the value is true, that means data are not available. So I don't want this information because we can see it is very hard to read from this information, like if the hotel attribute contains the NA values or not, if any of these attributes contain NA or null values or not. So what I will do is I will call the sum function onto it. So I will check if the data is not available and count them. So if I run this code now, then you will see in the hotel attributes the value is 0. That means we don't have any null values. Similarly, in the case of country attributes, we have 488 null values. You can check them going on our actual dataset. Go to the country, here is our country, and in this country attributes, if you go down here, then we will find some information that is related to null. We can also filter out if I want, but let's say it might be somewhere down here where the data will not be available for our country. So you can search it right here, but many datas are available, so it is very hard to find. So we can find some of these null values in our country. And maybe the reason being is that some of the customer of this hotel don't want to disclose their country information. Similarly, we have in the agent field, we have this many values as null. Maybe some of the customer have not booked using agent. Maybe they booked by themselves. Similarly, we have in the company attributes, this much is null value. If I go to our dataset and navigate to the company, then let's say I navigate to the company attribute right here, and in this company attribute we can see that, see here, we have so many null values. These are null values right here in the company. So how many null values do we have in our company attributes? We have 112,000 plus. So maybe some of them don't have company. Maybe some of the customers' company is private. They don't want to disclose their company information. It might be anything. And the rest of them are self-explanatory here. Like some of them might not have children, and of all the other values are zeros right here. So this might be a real world data scenario where some of the customers don't want to disclose their information. But if you directly use this data in any machine learning algorithm, then this might not be fruitful, because we cannot process this null value using any mathematical model. We have to clean this so that we can use our machine learning algorithm properly. So now let us do the cleaning process right here. So for that I'm going to define a function that will clean my data, and I will name it as data clean. And this will take our data set or a data frame that needs to be clean. So first of all, I'll take the data frame that needs to be clean, and I will call fill NA function. So to check if the data frame contains NA or not, we have is NA function. NA here means not available, or simply you can remember it as null values. The values that are null, that does not define any information, that is a null value. And similarly, to fill those NA value, we will use fill NA function. And here I will fill the NA's value with 0, and I will have this in place equal true information. Means I want to just fill the value 0 within this data frame itself. So for that I have given the extra argument in place equal true. So here now if I call this function, what it will do is, in our data set we can see these null values. So these null values will be replaced with 0 now, or any value that we give right here. Maybe we can give 12, then those null value will be replaced by 12. But for now I'll just give 0. So this is called as 0 imputation. You can also impute the value or replace the value with mean value or median value. So it's up to you. What now? I'll just give 0 value. Here I used 0 in place of mean and median, because see here in the case of company, if we just replace the null values with mean, then this doesn't sound like the fruitful, because the company will be different from others. And if we replace those value with mean, we have see so many companies values as null. So it might not be fruitful. So rather than using mean and median, I have replaced with 0. 0 here means we don't have any values, but now instead of null it is 0. And 0 can be processed by machine learning algorithm, because 0 is numerical value. So now after we replace, maybe I can print the new information, and that is by checking is null, or you can also check NA again, and I will do sum onto it. So this is my function that will handle the NA value, that will handle the not available data. So this is for not available data. So what does this function will do is, it will take the data frame, replace the NA value with 0 and print it. So now let us call this with our actual data frame. So just type the name of a function, which is data clean, right here, and give our data frame. And what is our data frame? See here, our data frame name is df. So let us give our data frame to it in order to clean. Now let us first execute this portion of a code. If I just run it, then you can see it has been executed now. Now let us run this portion of a code for cleaning our data. Then you will see now, finally, we don't have any null values. All of them has been replaced with zeros. Initially, if you go up before cleaning our data, the company contains 112,000 plus null values. Now after cleaning, the company contains 0 null values. So this way we have successfully cleaned our data in this project. Furthermore, we can also do something as a filtering of a data and so on in the upcoming video. But for now, we did a basic cleaning process where we replaced the null values with 0. And this process is called imputation.